was able to lose 100 pounds in only 4 months by following Omad, or 1 meal a day. Omad, or 1 meal a day, is exactly what it sounds like. It's when you eat only 1 meal a day, and this method of intermittent fasting is the way I was able to lose weight so successfully. And even after going on 2 weight loss journeys where I lost a total of 130 pounds, I still go ahead and follow 1 meal a day every single day. Intermittent fasting has changed my life. It improved my quality of life. It made me happier and healthier. So today I am going to be explaining to you guys exactly what is intermittent fasting, how to properly intermittent fast, the benefits of eating 1 meal a day, and how exactly to follow it. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Here we are again today with another video. In today's video, I am going to be talking about eating 1 meal a day. I am just going to be talking about it, but in later videos, I am actually going to be showing you how to do it. But of course, we are just laying out the principles first. If you don't know who I am, I lost over 130 pounds by doing keto intermittent fasting and exercise in a fasted state. I lost 100 pounds in 4 months, and then I went on a second weight loss journey where I went ahead and lost 30 pounds in 3 months, and on both of these weight loss journeys I ate 1 meal a day to successfully lose my weight. The purpose of my channel is basically to set an example of a healthy lifestyle living. I understand that intermittent fasting is kind of a taboo subject to talk about. A lot of people advocate for it and a lot of people are against it. I did get into a really bad traumatic car accident where I did dislocate my lower back, and it was extremely hard for me to move along with exercising. And in addition to that, I was 280 pounds at the time, and so that was a lot of pressure on my body. And then that's when I started my weight loss journey. Towards the end of that year, I started taking physical therapy, and then when my physical therapy stopped, I started exercising. So I was looking for other ways to help me lose weight instead of exercising intensely, because at the time I was not able to. And this is where I ran into the concept of Omad, or 1 meal a day. So I started intermittent fasting for weight loss purposes because I was trying to become healthy, lose weight, and I was eating less. Along with being on the ketogenic diet, I was able to lose weight in a short span of time without a vigorous exercise routine. I don't believe I would have been able to receive such fast results from my weight loss if I did not eat only 1 meal a day. So eating once a day can be considered a very extreme intermittent fasting method, and it is exactly what it sounds like. So basically, for 23 hours out of your day, you are not eating anything. You are absolutely only water fasting, and then for 1 hour of the day, or 1 hour or 2 hours, how long it ever takes you to eat your 1 meal. Of course, you can always lose weight without intermittent fasting. It's always going to be calories in, calories out. However, intermittent fasting makes it very easy for you to limit your calories, and that's why it is so beneficial for you to intermittent fast while you are on a weight loss journey. The only way you will be able to lose weight is if you have a caloric deficit. So intermittent fasting is very helpful because it allows you to naturally be in that caloric deficit without you having to necessarily eat less. I absolutely love talking about intermittent fasting. I think it is super beneficial, and I think it is the main reason why I was able to lose weight the way that I did. The purpose of intermittent fasting is to get our body into a state of ketosis. Ketosis is a natural process that occurs when we abstain from things like excess sugar and carbs, or if we don't eat for a certain period of time. Because we are not eating for so long, or because we are not consuming sugar in the way that we are supposed to, our body has to look for energy somewhere else, and that energy is going to be stored in our fat cells. When you eat 1 meal a day, you only eat 1 meal a day. You only eat 1 time a day. And the reason why you do this is because when you intermittent fast, this ketogenic state happens inside of your body naturally after 8 hours of fasting. And because you are using your fat for energy instead of sugar for energy, you don't have that blood sugar crash that you would usually have. You don't have as much hormonal imbalance issues just because sugar and excess processed foods, and especially carbs, mess with your hormones, especially your stress hormones and your hunger and satiation hormones. Because your hormones aren't being messed with as much, you will naturally feel more satiated when you do eat. Eating is a very complex hormonal process. So because it is so taxing on our bodies, it makes us tired, it makes us feel like we have less energy. So when you are only eating once a day, It allows your body to only focus on digesting food for a short period of time, and it actually gives your body a break, and it allows you to feel more energetic. Now, just because you follow one meal a day does not mean you have to only eat like 500 calories a day. This is a very, very big misconception. A lot of people think if you're only eating one meal a day that you're eating a very small meal. You have to consider one meal a day like buffet portions. If you go to a buffet, you're going to get a lot of food, but most likely you're not going to eat for the rest of the day because that one meal has enough calories and enough food to make you feel full for the next day. What time should we follow one meal a day? I get this question all of the time. People ask me, okay, you eat only one meal a day. Am I supposed to eat at 11? Am I supposed to eat at 5? To be honest with you, it actually does not matter, because no matter what time you eat, regardless if you eat at the same time the next day and the next day, you will be fasting for 23 hours. But if you want to know when it would be the easiest time to fast, in my opinion, I would say eat around 3 to 4 p.m. This is around the afternoon, evening time, so that it's in the middle of the day and considerably a few hours before you go to sleep, but also a few hours before you wake up. If you wake up at 9 a.m. and then you eat at 11 and then don't eat again until the next day at 11, I don't really think you'll be satisfied with that. I think it'll make you feel hungrier. You have to remember, you also have to include your fasting hours in with the hours you are sleeping. What should I eat while I am following one meal a day? Well, technically, because of its benefits and because you are naturally going to be in a fat burning state, because you are consistently fasting every single day, you could basically eat whatever you wanted to and still lose weight. But I don't recommend that because, for instance, say if you go ahead and follow one meal a day but you eat processed foods, you will naturally still feel very hungry, and it will make it harder for you to intermittent fast. Carbs stimulate hormones, so if you are eating poorly but eating one meal a day, it'll make you feel hungrier because your insulin is going to spike up and down, your blood sugar is going to spike up and down just because of the processed content of what you are eating. So in my opinion, I would recommend just eating whole food. My number one tip to you would be grocery shop or buy your own food. That would be the easiest thing to do. That way you're monitoring what you're eating. And if you want really good weight loss results, you're going to have to abstain from sugar. If you just want to follow Omad and you are a beginner, I would recommend going ahead and just eating whole food. So just the basics like staying away from restaurants, staying away from fast food and processed food and excess sugar. But if you do want the best results, I would recommend going on the ketogenic diet. I wouldn't recommend being a vegan and eating one meal a day until you are more experienced with one meal a day. When you are vegan, it is really hard for you to get your calories. Now, how many calories should you eat while you are following one meal a day? You should eat the normal amount of calories that you would eat on any type of weight loss journey, any type of intermittent fasting routine. So if you are trying to lose weight and you're trying to be in a caloric deficit, you would usually eat around 1,500 calories. That is the same amount of calories that you would eat during one meal a day. Fat has about 9 calories per gram, which is a lot of calories. So even if you're not eating processed foods, you are still able to get all your calories in one large meal. I have videos on exactly what I eat in a day now, and I'm gonna link them up above, but you guys can see in these videos that I eat one meal a day and I don't eat a lot of processed food, and I'm still able to eat 1,500 calories a day, and it should take you about 1 hour to 2 hours to eat. If these meals are really big and if they do have a couple thousand of calories, you'll have to make time throughout the day to eat. So for example, if you have a lunch break for an hour, that means you should be eating for an hour. I know this is not the usual way of usually eating. Sometimes we eat smaller portions all day long, but this is what leads to weight gain, constantly snacking and constantly eating. If we eat everything that we need to for the day in that one meal, we won't be snacking because we would have enough food in our system for us to feel satisfied for longer. And especially if it is whole healthy food, you will absolutely feel satisfied. It is very dangerous to eat only once a day and undernourish yourself. Whatever you do, do not eat less than 1,300, 1,400 calories a day. Find high calorie food, and the way that you do that is looking for things that have high saturated fat in them or things that have high protein in them. Let's talk about what you can drink while you are following the 1 meal a day intermittent fasting method. So because you are intermittent fasting, you are not going to be drinking anything else but water. And I say this because if you are drinking something that has any type of calorie in it, the calories are going to be coming from sugar. For the most part, you should not be eating sugar. If you are following 1 meal a day, it could be very dangerous for your insulin. You can spike it, you can shock your body. So you want to abstain from excess processed food and sugar and carbs. You would have to be water fasting for 23 hours a day. The way that you break a fast is when you exceed calories over 10. So if you eat or drink more than 10 calories and you are in a fasted state, you will automatically get out of that fat burning state. You have to be very, very strict. This means you eat 1 meal a day and you cannot snack. You cannot drink anything that's sugary or anything that will spike your insulin. Eating 1 meal a day absolutely changed my life, and it is very hard to follow. It is very difficult, but it's worth it because I was able to lose weight in a healthy manner. I'm able to be happier and healthier because I did intermittent fast. But if you follow 1 meal a day, you'll be able to feel good and also achieve the same results. I do have videos on exactly what I ate on the ketogenic diet if you guys are interested. I am starting a coaching business. You guys can go ahead and email me on my website. I'm gonna list it here, and make sure you go ahead and check out my second YouTube channel where I talk about my life as a vegan. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.